Hello, this is a quick update of a very short working session today. I've completed the 3D printed Snowtrooper model, and I wanted to follow it up with other Star Wars characters. The sculptor who made the STL files that I used, Luis Fernando Rodriguez, I really like his work. The figures that he makes are really dynamic in the poses, and the details are excellent. So I decided to follow the Snowtrooper with the Snowtrooper, this guy. So I've already printed all the parts, so it comes out fairly nicely. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take these parts and sand the little imperfections that were left by the supports that are needed when we 3D print things. We include these additional parts that make sure the 3D shapes are correctly rendered, so the form becomes printable. And when those are removed, there are little pegs that are remaining, and they need to be trimmed and sanded. So I'm going to do that today, and if time allows, I'm going to prime it also. So this part I've already done this. This is the kind of the main body. I'm going to prime it black. So primer, the main function is that it creates kind of a rough texture for the paints, the acrylics that are either hand brushed or airbrushed to stick on, so they adhere to the primer much better than to the unprimed plastic surface, the resin in this case. I like the black, even though the figure will be mostly white colored when it's finished. I like the black primer because it serves as a pre-shading, so when I airbrush or hand brush the white color on top of it later on, I'm going to leave strategically some parts that are supposed to be in the shade, like within the crevices of the folds of the clothing, the armor, etc. I'm going to leave them painted with thinner layers, and that would create the three-dimensionality effect. That's important for scaled models. It's the lighting for scaled miniatures is not the same as for the full-scale objects or models, because the neighboring parts reflect the light to each other, and our brain, when we visually see a miniature model, it in the background processes that information. It tells us, well, the scale might be wrong, so this is really a miniature rather than a full-scale object. But by shading, we can counteract that. I'm going to use this primer. It's called the Armor Painter Color Primer. It's the only reason I'm not wearing the respirator mask when I work with this, because I'm literally going to open the door to this little studio that I'm working with and just paint outside. It's super stinky, and yeah, it's just really not a nice odor to be exposed to, so lots of warnings in terms of health hazards. But if you're doing it outside or kind of in a very well ventilated area, you're okay. I'm just wearing a glove, so I'm not painting myself. So that's the plan for today.